All right, let's talk about AI. Because over the next couple of years, everything you think you know about it is about to change. And I mean radically. We're not just talking about smarter chatbots here. We're moving way beyond that into something so much more powerful. This is what we're calling the agentic shift. And believe me, it's on track to completely redefine our world by 2026. So, this all boils down to one big question, right? Is the AI of the future going to be just a tool we use, or is it going to be a teammate? And honestly, the answer to that is set to change, well, just about everything. Think about how we use AI today. It's basically a tool, right? We give it a command, it does the thing. Simple. But by 2026, we're looking at systems that don't just follow orders. They're going to be orchestrating entire complex projects. That's the huge leap we're talking about. From just automating simple stuff to making autonomous decisions. From being a smart tool to being a real dynamic collaborator. Okay, so what's actually driving this massive shift? Well, it all comes down to a concept called Agentic AI, and you really got to get your head around this to understand what's coming. So what is it exactly? Put simply, Agentic AI is a system that can make its own decisions and, orchestrate a whole bunch of complex, multi-step tasks to hit a specific goal. The two big words to remember here are independently and orchestrate. This means you're not micromanaging the process. Nope, you just give it the end goal and it figures out the rest. So how does this actually work in the real world? Let's say you give an agent a big, high-level goal, something like, hey, plan and launch a marketing campaign for our new product. Instead of you breaking that down, the agent itself decides all the steps. It orchestrates everything, writing the ad copy, scheduling the social media posts, digging into market data, and it runs the whole project from start to finish, all by itself. Here's maybe the best way to think about it. We're going from an AI that's like a super smart calculator, doing one thing at a time when you ask, to an AI that's an autonomous project manager, one that can see a whole complex project through from the very beginning to the very end. Okay, so that's the theory, but where are we actually going to see this stuff? Let's start with the physical world, in places like manufacturing and logistics. And make no mistake, we are talking about serious money here. The market for AI in manufacturing alone is projected to hit almost $36 billion by 2030. When you see that kind of money pouring in, it doesn't just mean things are changing. It means the entire sector is getting a complete overhaul. So, picture a factory floor. We're talking about AI-driven robots running entire production lines. We're talking about maintenance systems that don't just say, hey, this part might fail. No, they go a step further. They autonomously schedule the repair and order the parts needed to fix it. It's also about optimizing supply chains with a crazy level of intelligence, and even using generative AI to dream up and design brand new products from scratch. Okay, so you've made the product. What about getting it to your door? Well, that's changing fast too, and the timeline here is pretty aggressive. By 2027, we're expecting to see fully autonomous trucks cruising down major highways. Just a few years later, by 2030, that expands to automated cargo ships and even those local delivery trucks. This is going to completely reshape global logistics. And it's not just about the trucks and ships on the move. Think about what's happening inside the warehouses. We're talking fleets of AI-controlled robots managing absolutely everything with insane precision, from sorting your package to packing it to getting it ready for shipment, all on their own. All right, so we've covered the physical world. Now let's pivot to the digital realm, because the impact there is just as huge, especially in sectors that are drowning in data like healthcare and finance. And if you thought the manufacturing numbers were big, just look at this. The healthcare AI market is set to just explode. It's projected to go from $37 billion in 2025 to over $600 billion by 2034. That kind of insane growth tells you one thing. We're about to see a fundamental transformation in how we do healthcare. So what does all that money actually get us? Well, it buys a revolution. We're talking about reinventing those clunky electronic health records, getting instant, super accurate diagnoses from medical scans, and even creating personalized medicine that's tailored specifically to you based on your own data. At the end of the day, it's about making things way more efficient and, most importantly, getting better outcomes for patients. This shift is also creating a totally new way to think about software, what you might call an AI native approach. Because with generative AI writing huge chunks of code on its own, development cycles are shrinking like crazy. We're going from weeks or months down to just hours or even minutes. Just stop and think about what that means for a second. The power to build, test, and launch new apps almost instantly. This is going to hit the accelerator on innovation in pretty much every industry you can think of.
And when we look at industries that deal directly with customers, like retail and finance, we see AI being used in some really interesting different ways. In retail, it's all about hyper-personalization. Predicting what you want to buy before you even realize it yourself. But in finance, the big focus is on security and automation. You've got AI running complex trading algorithms and spotting fraud the second it happens.
And this whole transformation is even changing how we learn. Get this, by early 2026, it's expected that a whopping 86% of students will be using AI for their research. That's a huge shift, and it's paving the way for things like smart tutoring systems and learning platforms that are truly personalized to each student. Okay, so let's bring all of this together. What does this agentic future really look like? Well, we're stepping into a completely new era. It's not going to be defined by us using AI as a simple tool. It's going to be defined by us collaborating with it. Yeah, this isn't just a minor upgrade. It's an evolution. AI is becoming a collaborative and transformative force. And it's not just happening in some nerdy, niche corner of the tech world. This is hitting virtually every single sector of our economy and our society. The absolute key takeaway, the core capability here, is the power to handle entire workflows from start to finish completely autonomously. Just imagine an AI research agent that can come up with a hypothesis, design the experiment to test it, and then analyze the results, all on its own. Or think about a finance agent that manages your entire investment portfolio based on the goals you set. That is the incredible power of agentic AI. Look, this technology has just incredible potential for boosting productivity and making new discoveries. But as we get more and more comfortable handing over the keys to these super powerful autonomous agents, it leaves us with one last really critical question to think about. As AI agents start to manage our world, who's going to manage the agents?